alright guys, second take, but it's all cool, you know. It was my fucking bad, because I forgot to turn the fucking pump to the pool off, so it was a lot of background noise. No bueno. So guys, today we're gonna talk about a little bit of different shit. Air, for example. I got this question about air filters. It's not really related to our engines, it's like all engines. And I mean, when I choose an air filter, I choose something that is a big brand, because those are the ones that I have tried, and yeah, they have options. One thing though that is really fucking annoying is the KN filters. That I would say all the fucking KN filters that I've encountered, they have this long fucking steel or whatever it is, threads inside them that are not loose, they are attached, but they are long as fuck. And they can go into your turbo. They can be sucked into your turbo and destroy your fucking impeller. And I mean, for a big brand as KN is pretty fucking bullshit. I like the KN filters otherwise. I think there are great products, but this like non-controlled, no quality check thing is a pretty fucked up thing. So when you buy a KN filter, do it with confidence, but check the fucking inside of the filter, because that will create problems for you. You know, street cars usually have the filter on the turbo, and that's why we encounter problems. If you're running an off-road car, you probably have a different kind of setup and a longer route to your turbo, so then you might not notice it. So, but check your filter. KN also has, you know, I'm name dropping today, that's perfect. So KN also has this option. It's like a bag or a sleeve that you fit over your turbo that is insanely fucking good. I have a picture on it maybe on the Instagram. I don't know. Maybe I'll post it here in the thread. I don't know. We'll see about that. But it's a sleeve or a bag or something like that in some kind of nylon or synthetic material that is really fucking dense. Is that the word? So nothing comes through this. And it doesn't affect airflow. And this is the fucking amazing bit, you know. So you put it over your air filter, and sand and shit like that just gets stuck on this when you're doing boost, you know. So when the turbo is gulping in massive amounts of air, you know, everything is just getting sucked in, and sand and shit will get stuck on this sleeve. And when you let your throttle off and the boost goes, it will just fall off. It's like magic. So that's a good fucking product. And if you're running an other air filter, like an Indian filter or whatever the fuck you're using, and if you're a little bit, you know, resourceful, you choose a filter with the same size as the size of the filter that KN uses for the sleeves. And the sleeves are in a lot of different sizes and fits exactly perfectly on the KN filter that they are made for. So it's not like a universal product, but if you find another filter with the same size as the KN, you can use the KN sleeve or bag or what the fuck we're gonna call it. So that's a good tip for you off-road guys or desert guys or what the fuck you're driving for environment. But for the street guys, it doesn't really matter, you know. We have a little bit of dust in the air, but that's it, you know, and the filter takes that. It's good though, you know, not having to clean your filter every fucking few days. More, you know, air. Air is really fucking important, and this is also like air filter setup related. Snorkel guys, you know, if you're off-roading, you use a snorkel, and you have to think about the the diameter and the length of your snorkel, because it's really, really fucking restrictive. And all materials have friction, and it's different frictions in different materials. So plastic and different kinds of plastic has different friction, of course, and aluminum or stainless or what the fuck you use in your snorkel. So that's something you have to think about. The material, how the fuck you say it in English? Material proportions? No, I don't fucking know how to say that in English. You have to think about what kind of friction your material has and the diameter and length of your snorkel, because a snorkel that is 1 meter long or one that is 2 meters long is a lot of difference in how restrictive it is. So I had this write-up before in not all materials, of course. I had it in the three that we use the most: aluminum, stainless, and mild steel for friction and so on. But I've lost that one, and I've actually tried to Google search it, but it's really fucking hard to find. So if anyone know and has this, is a good time to share it, not only for me, but I think everyone watching this thinks it's interesting. So we did the math. Actually, this is a couple of years ago, but we did the math on a 600 horsepower om606 actually, but with a snorkel setup, and we couldn't really make it work, because it's not a little bit of air an engine consumes at 600 horsepower. Is cubic meters after cubic meters, in a second. So the math told us it's like dual 4-inch snorkels to make this happen. And it's really fucking hard to make some decent amount of power, and using things, being need to rely on things like this. Like, I have to have a snorkel. Yeah, if you have to have a snorkel, you can't really run any good power, and that's fucked up. So let's just leave that fucker, because we are at like fucking 8 minutes. So just think about your setup and make sure it's not restricted. That's the 5 cents. Water cooled, water, air, and air fucking intercoolers. That's another fun topic. We touched it in another video, but not really talked about it, right? So, your intercooler or charge cooler or what the fuck you're using, it need to be the appropriate size. And this is nothing that is related to the video common sense, because here you can't really have fucking common sense. This is only experience. It's nothing else. Or math, of course, but most of the intercoolers are Chinese, and you don't have any fucking data on them, so it's really, the math is no good for you anyway. But so it's experience, and you don't want anything too big. We talked about that. And you absolutely don't want anything too small. You want something that is right in size, and then 1 pubic hair bigger. That's what you want, because that hot day, or that day you're doing multiple pulls, or that fucking day you just are running out of luck, that day is still gonna do its job. So a pubic hair bigger. That's what you're gonna use. And logging is everything. And if you're running like some kind of computer setup thing, like EDC pump, then you have a DSL1, and you can log everything there. And that's you have everything. But fucking cars, So, but for the other guys, the mechanical guys, it's not that simple to hook a computer up to your car and start logging. So then you need to rely on other means of logging. And you can have this your fucking dashboard full of analog gauges and shit like that, but that's really hard to keep track of. So I keep on name dropping, you know. So we use this product made in, I think, actually Poland, because Polish people do great fucking products from time to time, you know, like windows, boats, and shit like that. This thing is a little screen. I think it's two sizes. We bought the biggest one. A little screen and a little fucking computer you hook it up to, and you can log a lot of shit. Back then, it didn't save it to memory, from what I remember. Today, I don't know. Maybe the product is developed today and do that, but otherwise, it really doesn't matter. You can just look at this display while in the diner or at the street, and you will have your answer immediately. This thing logs pretty much anything. We had dual exhaust gas temperature gauges because we were running a divided manifold and a twin inlet turbo, and we wanted to make sure that cylinder number 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6 were running at the same temperature, so we didn't have a 5-6 problem, you know, because inline 6. And we had fuel pressure, oil pressure, water temperature, intake air temperature. You know, we had everything in this little fucker, and it's really fucking useful. You know, you're in the middle of the summer, really crazy fucking hot summer day for Sweden, not for fucking Spain, for Sweden, hot summer day. So like minus 18. No, just kidding. Well, a normal fucking day, and you're in the diner, stationary with a fucking car, and you're boosting 3 bars, right? So things get really fucking hot. You only have a fucking fan in front of the car on the fucking dyno. So if your intake air temperature is stable at these conditions, it will be fucking stable anywhere. So, and in the dyno it's really easy to look at the fucking gauge, you know. And if you are a beginner power driver, you can have your fucking friend in the next seat filming the gauge with a fucking telephone, and you have a recorded logging, right? So it's not the end of the world that we can't log properly, because we can log good enough. But logging is fucking everything, and we need to check what we have. And when you have your intercooler setup that you think is good, and you're logging and it's running hot, it doesn't. Did you hear that? Okay. The Colombian is fucking singing in the kitchen while cooking. If you're running hot, your intercooler is too fucking small. I mean, it's simple as that, and it doesn't cost any money. You sell your old intercooler on the Super Turbo Diesel forum, and you buy a new one. So, I mean, it's just learning by doing. But logging is what you need to do to know. Otherwise, you don't fucking know. And the same with the fuel pressure, actually, because the fuel pressure is really fucking important. This is not for you lift pump guys, but for people running electric fuel pump and 3 bars of fuel pressure. You know, you have 3 bars at idle, and you push the throttle a little bit, and it's 3 bars, and everything is perfect. Yeah, but what happens when you're on the street and doing watts, wide out throttle? What happens then? You know, maybe your fuel setup is too small. Maybe you're running out of fuel. So if you log this, and you can do 3 bars on the street, and you know, and 3 bars of boost, that is, and your fuel pressure is just rock solid, 3 bars, bam, all the time, rock solid, then your fuel setup is good, right? So this is things that are really fucking important, because if you're running fuel starvation on boost, and you think, oh, I don't get any fucking power in my car, blah blah whatever, yeah, it's no one's fault but yours. So keep your shit logged, you know, keep track of your shit. That's important. So we're running 15 minutes, and it's been amazing to sit outside, and I don't even know if I've said anything of importance, but you know, time flies, and we have to stop here, otherwise no one watch. So see you next time, and maybe I'm in the pool next time. If you don't look at my fucking nipples, I'll be in the pool. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that. See you in 3 days. Bye.